Okay, let's talk about something wild. What if the high-stakes world of financial trading could feel, well, as easy as playing the video game? Today, we're deconstructing a tool that makes that exact claim. So let's dig in and see what's really going on here.
Right off the bat, you get this, more like playing PlayStation. I mean, that is a bold comparison. They're not just saying it's simpler, they're saying it's fun. That the whole experience is transformed from something stressful and complex into a game. This is the big idea we really need to unpack.
And that really leads us to the central question, doesn't it? Can you really take something as complicated as financial markets and boil it down to an experience that feels like you're just playing a game? Let's take a closer look at what they're claiming.
So, let's start with that core promise. This whole idea is built on making trading feel less like work, less like painstaking analysis, and more like, well, just playing. What does that actually mean for someone using it?
Okay, this is probably the biggest claim of all. They're essentially saying you can walk in off the street with zero trading experience and still make solid profits. The whole system is positioned for the absolute beginner, suggesting its own intelligence makes up for a lack of human experience. That's a huge promise.
So, how's the magic supposed to happen? Well, according to the source material, it's all down to this simple, three-step automated loop. First, the system scans the market and spots what it thinks is an opportunity. Then, it automatically opens the trade for you. And finally, it manages the exit, closing the trade when the time is right. The entire process is designed to be completely hands-off. All right, a simple user experience is one thing. But for any of this to actually work, the tech underneath has to be really smart. So let's pop the hood and see what's supposedly driving all these automated decisions. So the brain behind the whole operation is based on something called harmonic patterns. Now, if you're not familiar, think of these as very specific, repeating geometric shapes that show up on price charts. Traders believe these patterns can predict when the market is about to turn around. The secret sauce here is that this tool claims it can spot these tiny, microstructure patterns and trade them automatically way faster than a person ever could. And here's where they roll out the serious tech specs to back it all up. We're talking about high-frequency trading speeds, executing trades in just milliseconds. It's built for the MetaTrader 5 platform, which many of you will know. They even claim it can stay profitable when broker spreads are high. Plus, it's supposedly adaptable to different account types, works with low leverage, and uses AI and machine learning to keep improving. It's a pretty impressive list. So, the promises are big, the tech sounds powerful, but what's it actually like to use this thing on a daily basis? Let's walk through the user workflow they describe. You basically get two ways to play. You can go fully automated, which is literally set it and forget it. The system does everything from start to finish. Or you can choose semi-automated. In this mode, the tool still finds and opens the trades for you, but you're in the driver's seat when it comes to deciding when to close them and take your profit. The day-to-day routine is designed for people who are busy. You just need to have the program running on a computer or a virtual private server, or VPS. You tell it which hours you want it to trade, and that's pretty much it. From there, you can just keep an eye on things from your phone using the MT5 app. The whole thing is really geared towards not being chained to your desk. Now, this isn't meant to be an all-in-one solution for every market. The source makes it pretty clear that it's been finely tuned for gold and silver right out of the box. But they do say it also performs well on other heavy hitters like the US 30 index and some of the biggest Forex pairs. Okay, let's get to the part everyone wants to know about: performance. What kind of results are they actually claiming? And maybe more importantly, what's the philosophy that guides its trading strategy? And they lead with a number that's designed to make you stop and stare. 1,700 pips on gold in just 3 hours. Now that's the kind of explosive, headline-grabbing result that gets everyone's attention. But right after hitting you with that massive peak number, the source immediately dials expectations back to something more, well, realistic. The focus shifts to a more sustainable daily target of around 300 to 400 pips. The underlying message here seems to be that consistency is the real goal, not just chasing those once-in-a-blue-moon home runs. And this quote right here really sums up the whole approach. The philosophy isn't about casting a wide net and trading constantly. It's about being selective, precise, and efficient, capitalizing on what it sees as high-probability moments in just a handful of specific markets. But here's a crucial detail. It's not 100% set it and forget it. The source gives one very important rule you have to follow. You, the user, need to manually pause the tool right before and after any major US news releases.
This is a critical risk management step. It's basically an admission that even a really smart algorithm can get chopped up by the insane volatility that big news can trigger.
So after all that, we're left with this final thought. Tools like this are definitely blurring the lines between what we think of as complex finance and a simple game-like experience. So is this what the future of automated trading looks like, making it truly accessible to anyone? Or is this just putting a shiny, new, and very seductive interface on what is still a very complex and risky game?